Flying on the fifth day, sunrise when the kids play. Time slips for the hourglass. Growth comes as the hours.
Another Saturday on the South Coast in search of a fifth successive win for Wolves at St Mary's. Vitor Pereira's side inched closer to Premier League safety with last week's home draw versus Everton. Though Southampton boss Ivan Juric has promised the Wolfpack will be a little bit more unsafe after this match. Confident talk for a Saints side who've lost 8 in a row at home and still in single figures at the bottom of the table. The home side make one change from their last outing. Grombeck drops out, Sugawara comes in. They're expected to switch to a back three to match up to Wolves' formation. Vitor Pereira's team unchanged from the side that started against Everton last week, with last week's goalscorer Marshall Manetzi fit to retain his place. Johnson and Lima drop out from being on the bench. In come Bentley and Carlos Forbes. So Wolves line up with Jose Sarr in goal, the captain Nelson Semedo, Matt Doherty, Emmanuel Agbaду, Totti and Rene Nouri. Andre and João Gomez continue in midfield. Marshall Manetzi and John Rickner Bellegarde supporting Jorgen Strand Larsen up top. Southampton have Aaron Ramsdale in goal, Armel Bella Kotchap, Taylor Harwood Bellis and Ryan Manning the back three. Yukinada Sugawara and Kyle Walker-Peters the wing backs. Leslie Ugachukwu and Joe Rebo, the midfield two. Tyler Dibbling and Mateus Fernandez supporting Kamaldeen Sulemana in their forward line. On the bench for the home side, Alex McCarthy, Flynn Downs, Jack Stevens, Adam Lallana, Nathan Wood, Cameron Archer, Albert Grombach, Paul Onuachu and the Brazilian defender Wellington. For Wolves, backup keeper Dan Bentley, Santi Bueno, Hee-Chan Wang, Rodrigo Gomez, Tommy Doyle, Pablo Sarabia, Carlos Forbes, Gonzalo Guedes and Nasser Giga. The sun is shining on the south coast. Spring is hopefully very nearly in the air. And hopefully Wolves are on their way to Premier League safety. If they can get 3 points today, they will be very much nearly there against the Southampton strugglers who are in much need of a confidence boost. I'm Mikey Burrows. Alongside me for this one, the Hall of Famer, Andy Thompson.
Well, I'm hoping that it's going to warm me up today with the performance of Wolves and getting the right result. As I mentioned earlier, 3 massive games coming up with this one, West Ham and Ipswich, which could be us looking safe or being safe in the Premier League for another season. Just need a good performance today, need to put it all together and make things difficult for Southampton. So it's all about the result for me today. And as I said in my prediction, I'm feeling pretty confident that they'll get it right. I've got my legs crossed as well. So.
Yeah, that's just to keep warm. It is not.
Yeah, the shivering's helping as well.
Yeah. Two teams are going to go into their pre-match huddles. They've swapped ends. So Wolves will play from right to left as we look at it. Now, they've swapped where the away fans are since we were last here. So they used to be behind the goal away to our right-hand side. Now they are over in the far left-hand corner from where we are, the southwest corner of the stadium. Kind of where the TV camera is on the opposite side to where we are. So the Wolves supporters are to the right if you are listening to us and watching on TV. Wolves all in gold, gold shirts, gold shorts, gold socks. Southampton red and white stripes, black shorts and white socks. Robert Jones gets us underway. The under-21s played here a couple of weeks ago and had a heartbreaking late defeat. Let's hope the senior side for the men are able to get a bit of revenge. Dibbling being forced back into his own half, and he wins a soft free kick off Jørgen Strand-Larsen.
Yeah, I thought we was going to have a promising start there, where we had a little bit of play on the edge of the Southampton box with Larsen winning that ball, playing inside. I think his Bellegarde just tried to go for a little bit of a Megs and didn't come off, but that's a good start from him, but need to be careful and make sure we're doing it right.
It's Bellegarde's turn to win a free kick about 10 yards inside his own half on the Wolves' left-hand side.
Yeah, I'm just already, what is it? Not even a minute gone, and the referee's straight away just blowing for absolutely everything. If anybody touches them for fouls. So it looks like it's going to be one of those games today.
Semedo back to Doherty, who lifts it over halfway. Menezzi challenged in the air. The ball comes to João Gomez. Was looking for Semedo, but in went Manning with a strong challenge. And Southampton work it backwards to Bella Kotchap. Across to Walker-Peters, who is on the right of the defensive three. Andre intercepting inside the Saints' half. On from Larsen to Bellegarde, low ball in, away by Bella Kotchap. Totti will go and recover the ball, still inside the Southampton half. A couple of yards in from the left-hand touchline, finds Andre. He's going to have to go into the centre circle to Agbadou. Agbadou for Andre. Looking to his left-hand side to Totti. Southampton getting deep inside their own half as Aït-Nouri plays it on to Bellegarde. Back to goal. Walker-Peters' intentions goes back to Totti. Now for Andre, who's looking to lift it to the far side of the penalty area. Menezzi will head out towards the corner flag after the clearing header from Harwood Bellis, and he'll settle for the throw.
Yeah, continuing what I've mentioned. So I think it's been a good start from Wolves. Straight away, they're just pinning Southampton back, playing some little balls into that forward line. And so look, trying to play to across the back at the moment. I just think that, yeah, have a gamble, take a risk when the ball's going forward. Make Southampton defend.
We are less than 3 minutes into the game at St Mary's. Southampton 0, Wolves 0. Within the shadows, Manning is challenged by João Gomez, who flicked the ball in field. Bella Kotchap cleared, and he and Bellegarde clattered into each other. Bellegarde has stayed down. Southampton continue on with Mateus Fernandes. Down the Saints' left, about 10 yards from the left-hand side of the Wolves penalty area. Ball back to Manning. Sulemana trying to find some space to get a cross in. Delivered into the danger zone, headed away by Totti to the edge of the box, and Larsen a long way back, flicked it forwards and then has to chase it down himself. He's put real pressure on Walker-Peters, who goes in field to Bella Kotchap, midway inside his own half.
Well done, Larsen. It was an initial clearance, and he's chasing it down against Walker-Peters. So look, and he's just making sure that Salih gets after it. But again, it's a decent start, but we know that Wolves can just switch off occasionally.
Here comes Sugawara down the Southampton right. Pulled back for Tyler Dibbling. Ukachukwu back to the right hand side to Sugawara. And his pass is far too heavy for Dibbling to get on the end of it. Goal kick Wolves.
Yeah. So just caught a little bit there, didn't he, Nuri on his heels. Tried to read the ball a little bit. Look, Southampton are going to have a go, especially being here at home. They're going to have a go at Wolves. Wolves just got to make it difficult. Don't make those basic mistakes. Make it difficult for them. And be adventurous with a little bit of play. Just have a go. Take a risk going forward.
Ball forwards from Nuri, a little bit behind Manetzi, and Walker Peters can play it back to Ramsdale. We'll get some boos from the away end. Things have gone differently. Might have been in the Wolves goal today.
Yeah, so we was interested, weren't we, at one stage before he come out?
Yeah, well, I don't think he would have been popular even if he was in the Wolves goal, given his
background kind of thing, you could say.
And not everybody who starts out from a West Bromwich Albion leaning is unpopular, as you well know. We like Bully very much.
Yeah, we do like him.
There's Sugawara on the right hand side. Fernandez on the overlap, level with the edge of the box. On again to Sugawara. He'll pull it back, and it's just about flicked away. Dibbling can't quite get there, and Andre manages to flick it with the outside of his boot. Intercepted by Walker Peters. Southampton with their tails up.
Yeah, again, we're switching off, not tracking runners, and that's what we do. And that's why I said about the way that we play sometimes, and we just allow teams to get into positions that are going to hurt us. And all that was just to play a ball out wide, and then just a runner continuing going, and nobody tracked him. Got away with that, Wolves.
Aribo wide to the left-hand side for Sulemana. Doherty and Semedo stood in front of him. Pulled back to Ukachukwu. He tries to shoot, blocked by Agbadu, just smashes the ball clear.
Well, it's a good job the ball didn't come to the back post, because Southampton had two players against Nuri at the back post. So anything that was going to come towards the back of there, we were going to be in trouble for me. But it's things like that that just gives Southampton confidence when they're getting behind our back line. They've done it twice. The first one was that he overhit the pass, but there was right on the mark for that one. And that's where we've got to be better. We've got to track runners. You can't allow people to run off you.
Just approaching 7 minutes played. 0-0 as Walker Peters carries the ball over the halfway line. 10 in from the right-hand touchline. Wide for Sugawara. On again to Walker Peters. Forced wide by Totti towards the corner flag. Nuri got a toe to the ball. And it'll be a Southampton throw.
Well, it's better against Walker Peters there, where we track the runner. Because there's been a couple of times where we've let the runner go, and one of them they got in. The other one was just overhit. So that's where they need to be careful.
Sugawara is lining up for a long throw. Harwood Bellis has come forwards from the back. Waiting just near the near post, just inside the 6-yard box towards him. Way by Agbadu. Fernandez then dived onto the ball with Bellegarde challenging him. And there's a bit of a scramble with players all on top of each other. And the officials are happy to continue as it comes out to Aribo. Infield to Ukachukwu. And Harwood Bellis going backwards. It's worked out to the right-hand side again to Sugawara. Looking to run at Nuri. Comes off the Algerian for Southampton corner.
Yeah, is it 8 minutes gone, and Southampton have started to be the team on top. A lot of possession, a lot of play, especially down this right-hand side. They've got to take care of it. They've got to make sure they're defending it right. They give away a corner on that. That one, we're just looking at the replay. Oh. I'm just trying
the previous moment where the low cross came in, and
I think it was
Semedo. Actually a good challenge by Semedo, wasn't it? Well, because it looked like he got the wrong side of Sulemana.
Yeah, I don't know if he's missed it or what, but Semedo somehow got a foot to it.
Corner, left-footed from the right-hand side, in swinging delivery. Everybody back in gold. Goes high to the far post. Nodded down. Doherty lifts it outside the penalty area from the 6-yard box. Headed back wide to Manning, who took the corner. Walker-Peters across the centre circle. Mateus Fernandez will look to hit a diagonal ball back out to the right side to Sugawara. Time to set himself. Bellegarde blocked the route for the cross. Goes infield to Walker-Peters. Right inside of the penalty area. Wide for Aribo. Pulled back to Sugawara. Trying to go on the outside again. And there was a low cross in. That's an easy take for Jose Sarr.
Too easy. It looks like they're overloading this right-hand side. Aribo down this right-hand side. Walker-Peters again. They're having 2 against 1 against Ait Nouri. Bellegarde's got to do a lot better and help him, because he's getting isolated a little bit. And there's been a couple of times then they haven't played that diagonal where they've got 2 players against Ait Nouri again. Got to do better with it.
Sarr's long kick downfield. Larson trying to turn it backwards towards Bellegarde. He did well to get there ahead of Okechukwu. Here is Agbadu to Doherty. Just over halfway. Gets it back for Manetzi. And then long ball forwards by Totti that's getting out of play for a throw in by the corner flag.
See, I'm going to stick up for Totti here. Ait Nouri's come short, and then he's spun. And when Totti's put his head down to play the ball, he thought that he'd gone long. But then he'd stopped and come back again, Ait Nouri. But again, it's just put him up into that top third of the pitch, though. If they can just pinch this ball and don't let Southampton have too much time on the ball.
Managed to dig the ball out from a tight scenario to find Manning, 10 yards outside his penalty area. Just about 11 minutes played. Again, Southampton 0, Wolves 0.
Yeah, just looking again down this right-hand side. They are definitely trying to overload the left-hand side here against Ait Nouri.
Dibbling just caught by Andre for a Southampton free kick about 10 yards inside their own half. Richard says, bit harsh on Tomo about ex-Albion players, Mikey. We love Robbie Dennison as well.
And Ali Robertson. Yeah. There's a few of them. John Paskin as well.
I think that's it.
That's it, right, yeah. Stops there.
Walker-Peters back to Aaron Ramsdale. Played towards halfway. Intercepted by Totti and Michel Gomez on the edge of the centre circle. That's the right side to Semedo. Now Agbadu in the centre circle again to his left-hand side to Totti. Middle of the Southampton half to Bellegarde. Back to Totti on halfway. Into his own half to Agbadu. Turns to his right-hand side to Doherty. Trying to feed it forwards towards Manetzi, whose heavy touch is going to go out of play for a throw.
Yeah, there's only so much times and chances you're going to get it to play across the back before teams push up against you. And you've just saw an example of Southampton there. Wolves just running out of ideas and where to go, apart from going back to the keeper, and they don't really want to do that when they're just over into the halfway line, basically, just in our own half. They need somebody to hit. They need an outlet to go forward. They can't just keep passing it across that defence.
Ball flicked in field and Okechukwu back to Bella Kotchap. Now Walker-Peters with space to drive the ball over the halfway line to the midway point of the Wolves half. Taken on by Aribo. Out to the right side to Sugawara. Back in field to Aribo. He's trying to skip in between a couple of challenges. Edge of the box. Gets it back again. Aribo shot charged down by Agbadu. And Manetzi should be able to bring the ball away.
Too easy. Too easy. Sugawara down this right-hand side, causing, like I say, most of their players come down this right-hand side. Yeah, that's got to be a better ball up to him.
Yeah, rather wasteful from Agbadu.
Yeah, Agbadu just tried to play a ball up to Larson, nowhere near him. You've got to give him a chance. I said that at the beginning. You've got to give him a fighting chance to get the ball.
Ball bounces off Bellegarde out of play for a Southampton throw, just in front of Ivan Juric's technical area, just inside their own half.
Well, I said for the first couple of minutes that we looked okay and we pushed on a little bit. But at the moment, Southampton are pinning us back. We're just not tight enough. They're just had a throw in there, and he's just been able to throw it to a Southampton player with no pressure on him at all. And that's just kind of the way that we play. Too easy to play against sometimes. We've got to get into the face a little bit. This is a team that are bottom of the league. And so at the moment, they're dictating everything.
Bellegarde anyway inside his own half, to his right hand side to Walker Peters, wide for Sugawara. Andre went in to try and get the ball, but Dibbling still comes away with it through the centre circle and finding Manning. It's it back from Harwood Bellis, wide to Sulemana, up to Harwood Bellis, still inside the Wolves half, back into his own to Bellegarde. Goes back to Ramsdale, who's out of his penalty area, plays it first time for Walker Peters. Can carry the ball up over halfway and find Mateus Fernandez.
I think they've realised that they can get at Ait-Nouri with Bellegarde down this way, because they definitely seem to overload this right-hand side.
It's also was a loose pass by Bellegarde, but then an equally loose pass by Agbadou gives Southampton possession again. Then Andre fouls. Point I made to you in the pre-match show of similar with Everton last week, because Wolves don't have any pace in the forward line. Southampton's central defenders are able just to play on the halfway line, Tomo.
Yeah, but
because they know the ball over the top is not a problem for them.
No, well, they're not going to get outrun, are they?
Or Sulemana turned Doherty, who gambled on trying to get there. Semedo forcing him wide. Pulled back to Manning
again
inside the half.
I'm just looking here. So Ait-Nouri again got two players.
Ogachukwu runs past to himself. Leaves it for Sulemana. On his right foot on the Southampton left, low cross in. It's struck goalwards by Aribo, who couldn't keep it down. He and Fernandez were trying to arrive on the ball at the same time, and actually the two players probably did Wolves' job for them and put each other off.
I think that's it. I probably think that they just got in each other's way. Sugawara down this right-hand side was at the back post on his own. If that had come across, he had his arm up for ages, calling for the ball. But they can't keep getting the ball away so cheaply, though. And they've got to get tighter to Southampton. It's too easy at the minute.
Totti under pressure from Dibbling finds Ait-Nouri. Menezzi backing into Ogachukwu to hang on to possession on halfway. Ait-Nouri looking for Bellegarde, who tried to flick it down the line first time and put it straight out of play. Played 17 minutes and it's goalless at St Mary's.
At the minute, they've got to get themselves into this game a bit more. So it's been dictated by Southampton with all the play. We're just a yard or so off them again. And how many times do we speak about this when we're playing against opposition, that to make it harder for teams, you've got to get into them a little bit. And at the minute, we're just off them.
There's a handball by Sugawara that's given Wolves an opportunity for possession inside the Southampton half. Out on the left-hand touchline for Ait-Nouri. Goes backwards to Totti. Infield to Andre. Goes down Ogachukwu, finds Doherty across the centre circle. There's not a lot of movement in front of him.
That's what I was saying earlier. They need something that they can bounce the ball off. At the minute, they haven't got nobody.
Well, here's Totti on the charge. And he's still going, Totti. And he lifts a cross in a bit too deep. Semedo will try and keep it alive just outside the right side of the penalty area. 1-2 with João Gomez. Semedo having to go backwards to the Brazilian, midway inside the half, and infield to Agbadou. Andre looking back infield to João Gomez. Andre again, now for Doherty. Southampton's turn to get a bit deep. Bellegarde crossing in. Larsson's header, brilliant goal. Superb cross in from the right-hand side. And big Jürgen Strand Larsson's mini goal drought comes to an end. It is a textbook centre forwards goal. Finds himself some space, 13 yards out, and he made no mistake with the header into the far corner.
Well, I'm not going to say that it's against the run of play because Southampton have been the team on top. But I mentioned before the beginning of the game, you've got him in there, use him, put the ball in, cross it. Great cross from Semedo into a great position. He got himself a bit of space. That's not an easy header. It's behind him. He's had to glance it. He's a bit out. Oh, it's a great header from him. But utilise him, put that ball in, because that shows you what he can do. That's a great finish from him.
He'd gone 9 games without a goal, Jørgen Strand Larsen. It's his first strike of 2025. His last came in the final game of 2024 away at Spurs.
Pleased for him. But as I mentioned, got to use him. Got to be able to put that ball in, and that's what exactly Semedo did. Put a ball into an area, because he'll try and get on the end of anything. He'll try and make it, and he did there. He's done really well, because like the way that he's done his run, he's held the defender off, and he's just come off him a little bit. And it was a difficult header. It was a difficult header in the way that he had to put most of the power in it himself to get away from the keeper, because he's coming back. But great finish from him. Great finish.
8 goals in 30 appearances in this loan spell for the big Norwegian. As Totti blocks off Dibbling on halfway. We are approaching 21 minutes played. And there is Harwood Bellis wide to Ryan Manning on halfway for Southampton.
Well, you mentioned about the now that they ain't going to be able to chase or run them down anything up the Wolves players, but if you put it into the area, that's what he does give you. That's what he do. If you use him, he can cause teams problems by getting his head onto that. I thought it was a clever run from him.
Yeah,
he just held the defender off, give him a little nudge to be able to come off him.
Yeah, I mean, if it was at the other end, we'd be asking big questions, wouldn't we, of the central defender for leaving him?
Yeah.
To get pretty much a free header, but you've got to give credit to Strand Larsen, as Tomo says, for finding the space, making the movement. Clearly something they'll have worked on. We see them before the game, don't we, Tomo, working on a bit of shape and how they're going to move forwards.
Yeah, that's what it is, and that was important with the way that he played.
Agbadou and Andre penalised for their challenge on Dibbling. Mateus Fernandez looks like he wants to try and launch into the penalty area from short of being midway inside the Wolves half. Just over 10 yards in from the right-hand touchline.
Well, they've sent the lads up from the back, haven't they, Southampton?
Manning's come over as well to offer a left-footed option. Wolves defensive line on the edge of the penalty area, approaching the midway point of the first half. Manning plays the ball in field to Walker-Peters, just ahead of the centre circle. Out to the left-hand side to Sulemana. Back to Walker-Peters after pressure from Manetzi. Tries to stand it up to the right-hand side of the box for Southampton. Header away by Aït-Nouri. Sugawana to Manning, who's still out on the right-hand side. Left-footed in, swinging cross, and Sarr came and claimed.
If I was a centre-half, I wouldn't be happy with Southampton. So, like, they've gone up there and they haven't put the ball in. And you haven't scored many goals this season. You haven't got many points this season. Put it in an area that's going to give you the chance to get something out of the game. Not moaning as such, but plays just nicely for Wolves there. And well done by Sarr, coming to get the ball from in the air. And that's what I think that he does really well. There you go. There's another ball up to Larsen. Unfortunately, just couldn't get a flick on, but there was a run there from Manetzi.
Chukwu to pick up on it, turn and run up towards halfway. João Gomez snapping away at him. It goes wide to Dibbling, who miscontrols. Out of play for a Wolves throw. David James says he's back on the sofa in North Wales, not on the Sun Lounger this week. Simon says, I see Tomo's borrowed Nathan's Award outfit footwear with his white trainers.
Yeah. So you win awards nowadays, you don't get let in.
Guard trying to run down the left-hand side. Walker Peters pokes out a play for a Wolves throw midway inside the Southampton half. Rocking chair Dave in Newport, Wales. Sat up in his electric armchair, which lifts your legs in the air. The rocking chair went years ago. I fell out of it as I was rocking too fast as we were holding on for an away win. This ended up on the radio, hence my name, he says. It should be electric chair Dave now. There's Agbadou, midway inside his own half. To his left-hand side to Totti. Forwards up towards Larson, just over halfway. Couple of yards in from the right touchline. Did well to hold off 3 there.
Yeah, very good from him. Very good. Again, I was talking about what Totti, about going to that first man up front and ignoring Ait Nouri. He did exactly that, and that's a good ball to him, mate. Larson did really well to get hold of it, holding the defender off. He just couldn't get it away.
Clever pass
enough.
by Agbadou, finds Bellegarde over the halfway line. Out to the right side to Semedo. Semedo whipping in across, and this time it's just a bit too close to Ramsdale before Manetzi could get there.
Yeah, it was a shame that Manetzi was trying to get up. I don't know if he was impeded at all, just held back a little bit where he couldn't make his run, which allowed Ramsdale to get the ball. But again, it's a good ball in from Semedo, that right-hand side, great area.
Key says it's the first of 3 mega games to define our future in the Premier League. 4-0 Wolves, I can dream, he says. There's a foul by Semedo on Manning.
But
we've also been listing the players with an Albion background that became Wolves heroes, given the boos that are going for Aaron Ramsdale. I've got to apologise to you, Tomo.
Mate, I'm used to it nowadays.
No, I forgot another player, and obviously it's a really obvious one. And you know, I don't know how I could forget Thomas Souček, to be honest with you.
That's what it is, isn't it?
He was a great backup keeper a couple of years ago, Thomas Souček. I think that's it now, isn't it?
I think so.
If anyone can think of any more, let me know. At Mikey Burrows on X. João Gomez just dispossessed by Aribo. Ugochukwu over the halfway line. Doherty there first, but they're going to pull it back for the foul on Aribo. Our good friend Susie Perry is listening to us in Argentina whilst also being live on air. Susie, you are talented enough to be able to handle that. Tomo and I couldn't do two things at once.
Yeah, he's got the ability as that. Sue.
Hopefully it's warmer in Argentina than it is here.
I'm sure it is.
27 minutes have been and gone. Wolves lead by a goal to nil. Dibbling onto Sulemana, left-hand side of the penalty area, forced wide. João Gomez steals in and gets possession. And pulls a reverse ball infield to Semedo, up to halfway to Bellegarde, worked wide to the right side to Manetzi. Infield to Semedo, who leaves it for Bellegarde and then takes it on and trying to make the break through the middle. Manetzi in support of Semedo. Was caught, but the referee signalling he was playing advantage. Totti on the left-hand side, back to Ait Nouri. Infield to Andre. Now for Ait Nouri. Southampton again getting deep as Wolves just hang on to it, slow the tempo down. Totti pulled backwards to Ait Nouri, all the way to halfway to Agbadou. Under pressure from Fernandez, who turned round and was like, where are my teammates? Pressing on his own as Wolves just continue knocking it about. Totti to Ait Nouri. Oh, Ait Nouri tried to go for a flick and got it horribly wrong, but Sugawara presents it back to Wolves.
Yeah, just kind of read that one, didn't he? He's like he was standing there waiting for it, I think.
He just knew he wasn't going to try and attempt to pass it normally.
No, there was no chance of that, was there?
Cleared up over halfway. João Gomez and Aribo battling. Semedo down the line for Manetzi. Manetzi with an early ball, or just deflected just behind Larson, and Walker-Peters back to Ramsdale.
Yeah, that was a shame, wasn't it? He took the deflection, just took the ball behind him.
Yeah, poor pass by Fernandez is going to go out of play for a throw. Stuart says, I think electric chair Dave is a very different nickname than rocking chair Dave, isn't it? It's a bit more creepy. You are right, Stuart.
Yes. Sounds like he's been punished.
Here's Ain't Nuri down the left-hand side, looking to drive past Sugawara. Tempted cross blocked. Now, oh, has that gone off him? It has. It span back in. Awkward bounce and came off Ain't Nuri.
Yeah, he bounced on the line and spun back to him, didn't it? So wasn't much he could do. I think the Southampton player just gave him a little nudge, which ended up giving him a throw-in.
Dave says, have you said Steve Bull yet, who drove his orange Cortina from the Hawthorns? Yeah, of course we said Bully.
Who's that?
He was the first one on the list, Dave. There was someone else who came with him, but I can't for the life of me think who it was. I don't think they did much. Scott's cheated and just sent me a link to wallscompletehistory.co.uk. I haven't got time to read that, Scott. Chukwu.
Serve yourself right in it.
Manning just caught by Menetzi, who I think is on a final warning. Just dabbled a little foot out there. Just dangled it in. Tempted Southampton player to go over. Just past the half-hour mark. Wolves leading by a goal to nil. Belakotchap to Sugawara. Still inside his own half. Ugochukwu's ball in behind. Totti will get there ahead of Dibbling and play it back to Sarr, who has to kick it first time left-footed. Didn't get much distance on it, but there was a shove in the back by Walker-Peters on Bellegarde, and it's a Wolves free kick. There's only one other game that's got goals in it from the 3 o'clock kickoffs. Man City 1, Brighton 1. Man City were in front through Erling Haaland. Stupinan getting the equaliser. 0-0 between Ipswich and Forest, and Everton and West Ham. Oh, Andre turned into trouble. Fernandez took it from him, looking to cross the halfway line. Sulemana ahead of him down the Saints left, but Doherty read it, got a foot in.
Well played, well played. Yeah, Andre didn't realise there was somebody behind him, did he? He turned straight into him, unfortunately.
This Belakotchap, you can maybe sense the home fans starting to get a bit frustrated.
Just about to say that. You could hear there's a frustration on the noise and that.
Strand Larson penalised for a foul on Walker-Peters. It's just short of being midway inside the Wolves half. Ever so slightly to the right of centre. Well, they are now chanting, get a striker on the pitch, the home support. As Manning leaves the free kick for Fernandez. Headed away by Semedo. It'll be a Southampton throw. Just over 10 yards from the left-hand corner flag. A couple of subs head out to warm up. "33 minutes played." This looks like being a long throw in as well from Ryan Manning. Harwood Bellis and Aribo wait by the near post, flicked on by Harwood Bellis, just hoofed away by Agbadou. Header away by Semedo from the corner of the box. Back wide by Fernandez. And challenging by Manning that the referee was happy enough with. The players down all over the place for a moment. Everybody back on their feet. Bella Kotchap to Walker Peters. Tempo has just gone out of the game, hasn't it, Tom?
Yeah, I think it has. So look, it's just, but I think he's gone out the crowd as well, hasn't it? So you usually get the crowd and shouting, but I think that since that goal's gone in, it's just knocked the stuffing out of the supporters and the players, I think.
Semedo's just robbed it from Sulemana to Larson. Infield to João Gomez, just ahead of the centre circle. Back to the left-hand side of it to Totti. Low across it for Doherty to the right this time.
Yeah, I think this is where we struggle a little bit, don't we, with that movement up front there, with somebody just running from deep, trying to get past that back line of Southampton. And that's where you need your midfielders. And unfortunately, Andre and Gomez aren't that kind of player.
Neri dispossessed. Ogachukwu finding Dibbling, but Totti and João Gomez combined to win it back. Totti midway inside his own half. Infield to Agbadu. Fizzed it into João Gomez, who tried to help it on to Larson. Back to Neri. Blind pass in field, but Andre helped him out.
He got away with that, didn't he? So he got away with playing it inside. He didn't know who was in there.
Agbadu's just done a similar thing and given it away. Sulemana to Aribo. Up towards the left-hand corner of the box. On again to Sulemana. Pulled back in field. Agbadu trying to get it clear. And eventually did so. There were a few half shouts for a handball from the home fans.
Yeah, we're doing our best.
There's a player down in the box, so they're just going to check things. Sulemana trying to go in at the near post. Dave says Don Goodman, ? Players with... Because I think there is one missing. Scott said, sorry if this is easier. He says, John Paskin, we've had him.
Yeah.
Robbie Dennison, we've had him. Steve Ball, we've had him. Ali Robertson. Clive Whitehead on loan?
We don't know. Played with Clive as well, at West Brom.
Still think there's one more.
Nah.
He'll come to me. Yes.
You're probably getting confused with Derek Statham because he was from Wolverhampton.
Yeah.
That's what it was. Probably getting confused with that.
I always get confused with him. Walker Peters, infield to Dibbling. Aribo being forced backwards by Larson. He's able to turn though. Finds Mateus Fernandez, the former sporty man, almost dispossessed by Nuri. That's going to be given as a Southampton throw.
Well, I thought it was a Wolves throw, that one. I thought
it was either a foul or a Wolves throw, wasn't it?
Yeah. Fernandez took that out of play himself.
Dibbling for Harwood Bellis. Out onto the left-hand side. Sulemana. Back in field to Harwood Bellis. For Bella Kotchap. He's trying to lift it out to the right side to Sugawara. Up against Nuri, 20 yards from goal. Infield to Ogachukwu. Wide again to Fernandez, whose cross hits the back of Nuri. Comes back to the midway point of the half. Walker Peters evading Larson. Back to Bella Kotchap. 37.5 minutes have been and gone. Ogachukwu on the turn. Finding Fernandez. Out to the right side to Sugawara. 10 yards from the corner flag. Sets himself for a low cross in towards the near post. Off Agbadu for the corner.
Again, we've just backed off a little bit off the Southampton players, just allowing them too much time and space to play the ball. And we spoke about that central midfield area. Andre and Joe Gomez has got to get a little bit closer for me at the moment. So they're just running through that central area and able to play the ball out. But this right-hand side is definitely a big problem for Wolves. This is where they seem to take all their attacks down, the right-hand side.
Cross in, left-footed from the right side, but
Brilliant.
Jose Sarr comes and claims it on the edge of the 6-yard box.
Brilliant from the keeper. Brilliant. There was nothing better when back in the day when you were playing and keepers come and do that. relieve all the pressure what's been thrown at you, take it all out of the way. So brilliant play from Saul there, coming out to help his defence.
Agbadou for Doherty. To Agbadou.
Just need that movement in front of him because it's just nullifying the way they're playing. Look, and they ended up giving the ball away again.
Yeah, Totti trying to find Bellegarde, but he sent it inside. Agbadou reads the pass and wants to run it up towards halfway. And again, he's just trying to poke it forwards to Bellegarde, but it wasn't really into his path.
And it wasn't on either. They're getting so far at the pitch that they just haven't got anybody to bounce the ball off. So the strikers are pretty static up there. And, okay, you got Larson who's in that middle position where he's doing his best to hold on, but he's got to have somebody else. You've got to have either Bellegarde or Menezes who's just running past him, because we need something just to stretch this back line of Southampton.
Bellegarde trying to set the ball forwards, intercepted by Harwood Bellis. Rebo did what Bellegarde did, and same result, and given possession away. The Wolves have just played it harmlessly forwards. Harwood Bellis to the edge of his penalty area, playing it low across to Walker Peters. Looking field to Balakotchap for Harwood Bellis. Looking for a long ball towards Sulemana up against Doherty. Doherty won the header, but Sulemana will keep it in on the left-hand touchline, midway inside the Wolves half. Dogo Chukwu to a central position to Aribo. Back to Harwood Bellis, out wide to the left-hand side again to Manning. He'd scoop it forwards for the run of Aribo, but Agbadou read it, got himself the right side and plays it out to Bellegarde. Actually played a clever pass to Menezes. Can Wolves try and hit on a bit of a counter? No, they won't. Pass forwards by Semedo. Played all the way back to Ramsdale. And Harwood Bellis. And they play their way out of trouble. Walker Peters on halfway. Dibbling. Back for Aribo. Now Balakotchap just inside the centre circle. To his left is Harwood Bellis. Over the halfway line he goes. We have, 3.5 minutes plus time to be added on of the first period. Wolves leading by that 1-0. Walker Peters out to the right side. Sugawara. Andre got a toe to it. Did he? No. Foul. There was a holding in there, says Rob Jones, and it's a Southampton free kick.
It's got to just cut out those little things in it. We spoke about previous games about giving away silly free kicks, which just allows teams to send the lads up from the back and then to be able to put that ball into the penalty area. Because you never know. There are always a lot of players in there. You never know where it might fall by giving it away. It's quiet, isn't it?
It's very quiet.
Oh, just don't give him anything to get loud.
Fernandez and Manning stood over the ball. 40 yards out from the diagonal. Wolves defensive line just short of the penalty spot. It'll be Manning left-footed. In swinger. Bounces off Doherty, who looks to try and hit on the counter here. And he'll find Semedo, and the space in front of Semedo to run it into the Southampton half. Players desperately trying to get up with him. Doherty's going to go on the overlap here. Semedo clipping a cross in, headed away by Harwood Bellis, and dibbling there, though he's been dispossessed by Menezes. Nuri to shoot, and it's straight down the throat of Ramsdale.
Yeah, great break from them, but Semedo's got to miss the first man. We've got bodies in there as well. It's a good strike in the end from Nuri when he's come out on the edge, but Semedo's just got to play it past them there. He's got to miss that first man.
Totti won the ball, but there was a couple of people who'd had a snap at Dibbling on halfway before that.
Is it a foul? So look, okay, they've touched him, but it is a contact sport. Nobody fouled him as such. There's a slightest of contact from two players there at Wolves. There was nothing really in it. Let it go a little bit, the referee.
Totti steps in across Dibbling. Southampton throw into the final minute of the first 45. Not sure we're going to get much time being added on. We're going to get 1 minute, in fact. Fourth official not out yet.
It's probably sunbathing a little bit, so like the sun's down on that dugout bit.
Sulemana just runs into Semedo. Looks to try and run up over the halfway line. Manetzi. No real ball down the line, so had to go backwards to Doherty.
It is how many times in this first half when they've looked up and there's nothing really there for them to play the ball to. I just think that Bellegarde or Manetzi's got to make some forward run beyond Larson. At the moment, they're just playing everything in just in front of Southampton. If you want to stretch them, if you want to make them work, get past them, get beyond.
Confirmation of 1 more minute. Doherty's dispossessed. Andre slides in, wins the ball, says referee Robert Jones. João Gomez finds Aït-Nouri towards Bellegarde, trying to get away from Walker Peters. Down the left-hand side, Aït-Nouri in support. João Gomez wants it in field, back to Aït-Nouri. Now for Andre to Totti on halfway. Aït-Nouri. Couple of little flicks. Larson, João Gomez. Aït-Nouri trying to run on left-hand side of the box, shooting low and
He's got to go
just
across.
about clipping the edge of the side netting.
Manetzi's waving his arms. He needed to go across the goal there. Great little bit of play down this left-hand side, but Manetzi had just run into the box and was available there.
That's the final action of the first half. Wolves in front. Jürgen Strand-Larsen's first goal in 2025 gave them the advantage. Jean-Rick Bellegarde's brilliant cross in from the right-hand side and the glancing header into the far post, beating Aaron Ramsdale, has given Wolves an advantage that, despite Southampton having a lot of the ball, Wolves haven't at this stage looked likely of losing that lead.
No, they haven't. I'd still like Wolves to be a little bit more aggressive in their closing down and their general play against Southampton. Just for me, just give them a little bit too much time and space on the ball, especially on this right-hand side where I think that Aït-Nouri has been caught out a couple of times, not on his own account. I think that Southampton have just overloaded this right-hand side. But yeah, it's a great goal from Larson. Again, about the run, about the ball in. And that's what we've got to do. We've got to put that ball into an area. And they've looked comfortable at times, Wolves. Okay, they've got themselves in trouble a little bit, but they've looked pretty comfortable. Saar, again, has come out and handling great, coming for crosses, and it helps the defenders out no end. So, look, it's probably a game where there's not been much in it. The crowd have gone silent, which is great, because that's come down from the way that Wolves have played.
Man City leading Brighton 2-1 has got a bit of a cheer on the scoreboard here, though they've had precious little to cheer around this place this season. You can see why, Tomo, can't you? I mean, they're not necessarily that bad a team, Southampton, but Wolves have done a decent enough job, but they're not having to work that hard to keep them at bay at this stage.
No, they're missing quality in certain areas, as you heard the crowd shouting about getting the centre forward on in one of their chants, but when they're going on to it. But look, it's when they come to Molineux, they played some decent football, but they couldn't put the ball in the net. And again, I'm hoping that's going to be the case again today.
Also, when you can tell kind of the way that first half has gone by the fact that we've kept talking about players who shook off their West Bromwich Albion beginnings to become Wolves fan favourites. And again, Tomo, I've got to apologise. I've been
defend another one.
No. I mean, I thought we were done with the list, and obviously there is one player who I can't believe I've forgotten him. To be honest with you, the kind of guy who has gone on to be a bastion of the Wolves press box. David Kelly.
Oh, of course, Ned.
Ned, yeah. Unbelievable. I can't believe I forgot him.
I can't.
Lee,
These things happen, mate. These things happen.
There are more, by the way. Lee says Craig Dawson.
Oh, yeah.
He also says clean sheet, please, says Lee. John Dan says Cyril Regis. James Brennan says, surely it's Sam Johnston that you're thinking of, Mikey. The most recent man to shake off his West Brom leanings.
You were talking about an outfield player, wasn't you? I think that's the one that's escaping you at the moment.
Yeah, I can't quite put my finger on it as to. I think it's, like I can see a small fullback type player. Got it, Jamie Smith.
Get the latest news from Molineux as fast as it happens. Find our regular quickfire podcast, Wolves Express, via wolves.co.uk or wherever you find your podcasts.
There's nothing quite like that winning feeling.
Would you believe this? And the goal is given!
Now you can be a winner too with Wolves Lottery. There are loads of cash prizes to be won every week, as well as the chance to win unique money can't buy experiences while supporting charities locally and throughout the West Midlands.
Oh, it's a stunning game! It's a stunning moment! Brought to you by a stunning football team!
From only £1 a week, what are you waiting for? Sign up now and you could be our next weekly big winner. Go to wolves.co.uk and select Lottery to find out more.
Download the Wolves app today, the only place to watch live academy matches.
Wolves TV, the home of live uninterrupted radio commentary of every single Wolves game. But that's not all. Wolves TV also brings you extended and alternative match highlights, interviews with the team, behind-the-scenes features and training coverage, plus see every goal Wolves score from every angle.
From the volley arm and a goal! That is simply stunning!
So check out Wolves TV online at wolves.co.uk or on the move via the Wolves app.
Do you need support with your mental health? Life has been very challenging in recent years. With the COVID pandemic and cost of living crisis, we've experienced some difficult times. Wolves Foundation, the club's official charity, continues to run a Head for Health project, focused on helping adults improve their mental and physical well-being. For more details, email healthadmin@wolves.co.uk or call 07971 900257.
Are you looking for a space to entertain key clients? Got a special occasion coming up and want to treat the family? Or are you just looking to come and watch a game in style?
Welcome to Wolverhampton Wanderers!
At Molineux, we've a range of matchday hospitality packages available for every Premier League game.
Well, so much involved in this.
From the pitch and city views of WV1 to the premium a la carte dining in the boardroom, there's something for everyone looking to elevate their matchday experience.
Oh, goodness me!
To find out more and get yourself booked in, visit the hospitality section of wolves.co.uk.
Take a walk through the history of Wolverhampton Wanderers and marvel at our extensive collection of Wolves artefacts. With new exhibits opening all the time, there's plenty to see in the Wolves Museum, so book your trip through old gold history at events.wolves.co.uk.
There's nothing quite like that winning feeling.
Would you believe this? And the goal is given!
Now you can be a winner too with Wolves Lottery. There are loads of cash prizes to be won every week, as well as the chance to win unique money can't buy experiences while supporting charities locally and throughout the West Midlands.
Oh, it's a stunning game! It's a stunning moment! Brought to you by a stunning football team!
From only £1 a week, what are you waiting for? Sign up now and you could be our next weekly big winner. Go to wolves.co.uk and select Lottery to find out more.
You've experienced the thrill of Molineux on a match day. go behind the scenes with our exclusive stadium tours, taking you from the stands to the dressing room, see where the team donned the old goal, and take your chance to walk out that famous tunnel into the Golden Palace. Book online, and you can even book your own private VIP tour for up to 20 people by emailing museum@wolves.co.uk.
Wolves Foundation is the club's official charity, delivering a range of projects across the local community. The foundation is only able to work across so many different areas thanks to the generous support of funders and the general public. Can you help? Text Wolves and then the value of your donation to 70085.
Get the latest news from Molineux as fast as it happens. Find our regular quickfire podcast, Wolves Express, via wolves.co.uk or wherever you find your podcasts.
The Wolves app, the home of Wolves online and on the move. Get the latest news, video, podcasts, and what's trending. Plus, listen to men's and women's first team commentaries and watch the under-21s. You can even check out the latest merchandise offers from the club shop and create your own highlights. Plus, bid on unique match-worn memorabilia with Wolves auctions exclusive to the Wolves app. Download it now for iOS and Android.
Take the stress out of getting to the game with Wolves' only official off-site matchday parking at the University of Wolverhampton Science Park. Only £8 per match and only a 10 to 15 minute walk to Molineux. It's the perfect place to park for hassle-free entry and exit on a match day. Go to tickets.wolves.co.uk to score yourself a spot.
Do you want to get more active? Wolves Foundation, the club's official charity, runs an Active Through Football project, which helps people of all ages to improve their physical fitness. Sessions are fun, friendly, and have real positive results. To find out the range of activities on offer, contact Liam Turner at wolves.co.uk.
For a regular quickfire update on everything Wolves, search Wolves Express wherever you listen to your podcasts.
The idea of professional soccer in the United States, no one had ever really thought about that. So soccer was dead, and then the Wolves come along.
It should be explained that the United Soccer Association gave North America its first taste of internationally recognized professional soccer in 1967.
Wolves in the 50s were very, very successful. It was the golden era, if you like. It was us and Manchester United. They were the glamour team. We were the scruffs from the Black Country.
The 1966 World Cup was carried by satellite into the United States. So a bunch of sportsmen thought, oh, great. Next great sport, start a league.
I mean, I'd never been out of England. I hadn't even been to Wales.
They said they were touring like a rock band, zigzagging across the country.
Just a completely different world.
People were saying, you want some weed? And we thought we're in trouble here.
Free love, flower power. What more do you want?
And the Whips and the Wolves met in a championship playoff game at Los Angeles' Memorial Coliseum to climax the United Soccer Association's inaugural season.
It was madness. Just the game never seemed to stop.
You didn't need a ball. We're just getting each other.
Now, the match they played has been rated by many observers as the greatest soccer game ever seen anywhere. And we're convinced that you will agree with that conclusion after viewing this film.
There is that legacy in that they proved that it could work.
People will look back and say, what was the history of soccer in this country? And what they do, they have to land at 1967 and say, this is where it all began.
Joining us for the second half. Southampton are going to make a change at half time. The fans' calls for a forward to come on are being answered. It's Mateus Fernandes who's gone off, and Paul Onuachu is on. But now they're chanting, "You don't know what you're doing." I can't win here. So back underway for the second 45 minutes. Wolves leading by a goal to nil. Playing from left to right as we look at it in the second half, defending the end closest to where the Wolves supporters are. Way to our left-hand side in the far corner. Wolves is starring goal. Doherty, Agbadu and Totti the back three. Semedo and Aït-Nouri the wing backs. Andre and João Gomez in midfield. Manetzi and Bellegarde supporting the goal scorer Larsson up top. Southampton with Ramsdale in goal. Walker-Peters, Bella Kotchap and Harwood-Bellis the back three. Sugawara and Manning the wing backs. Aribo and Ogachukwu in midfield. And now Sulemana and Dibbling supporting Onuachu. Always wanted a free kick, nothing given. A challenge on Bellegarde in the air. It's with Walker-Peters being closed down by Bellegarde. Goes back to Harwood-Bellis. Manning trying to play the ball in field. Ogachukwu playing it backwards. Half-time scores from elsewhere. Man City leading Brighton by 2-1. Forest 3-0 up at Ipswich. 3 quick-fire goals as well towards the end of the half. There's Manetzi onto Bellegarde. Now Larsson, edge of the penalty area. Larsson shooting. Larsson scoring. Super start to the second half. Less than 2 minutes of it. And Wolves double their lead. And Jørgen Strand Larsen, who's had to wait since December to score in the Premier League, didn't have to wait long for his second. Brilliant finish from the edge of the penalty area into the bottom corner. It means so much to him and all those of the old goal persuasion. Southampton 0, Wolves 2.
Yeah, we wanted that second goal, and you've just seen it there. A bit of decent play up front, Manetzi and Bellegarde. But again, it's that man Larsson. A shot hit you early. I think it went through a defender's legs. And Ramsdale just didn't see it, but he was in a great place. Put it straight in the bottom corner. Nothing better than scoring that second goal so early on as well, isn't it? Hopefully Wolves can go on now and say get some more. The home fans aren't very happy with it. I think there's quite a few of them hadn't even come out from the concourse yet from half time. So that's how early the goal was. But yeah, keep it going now. Keep pushing forward. Don't sit back on it. Keep playing.
9 goals for the season now for Jørgen Strand Larsen. 68th goal of his career in 266 appearances for all teams that he's played for. Especially how Southampton having just made a substitute as well.
Well, the home fans weren't happy with that, were they? They said they wanted a player on, but they weren't happy.
Here comes Andre. Wolves threatening another. Manetzi down the right-hand side. Early cross in. Just too high for Larsson. Just got away from Bellegarde. It's been given back to Andre. Inside the Saints half. Into the centre of it to João Gomez. Gomez taking it out to the right-hand side. Nobody out there for him. Turning back infield to Semedo. To Doherty into the centre circle to Agbadu. Neri couldn't quite find Bellegarde. That's going to be a Southampton throw.
But they couldn't have started the second half better, could they? With was talking about then in the press room that we need that second goal, and we got it so early on.
Question is, can Wolves go on now?
Yeah, it'd be nice for him to get a hat-trick, wouldn't it? Be nice. He's got the two good finishes as well for me. I think that he's done well there, and I'm like it that he was confident enough to take the shot early and have a go at it, because it was a good strike.
Ball back to Ramsdale. Big kick downfield. Agbadou underneath it. His clearance is going to go to Manning.
Just don't let him get back in the game now. So, like, okay, we go forward with purpose, but can we just keep them at bay? Don't give them anything.
Here's Manning down the left-hand side. Ball comes off Semedo, who takes it back and has to put it out of play for a throw, saving a corner.
Yeah, I presume this will be so look, I think Manning was a long throw, wasn't he, in the first half? And I think he'll be doing that again. I think the lads have come up from the back. Apart from Larson, we've dragged everybody back.
Manning to try and launch a long throw in. Header away by Semedo. Manning's header backwards to Walker-Peters. Clipping across in right-footed. Away by Totti. Sulemana takes it out towards the left-hand corner flag. Manning's first-time cross. Sarr's coming for it. Punches. Did enough to get it away. Bellegarde helped it up towards the halfway line.
Yeah, got a bit on it, didn't he? Sarr, when he come for, I thought he was going to come and catch it, but the ball was spinning, I suppose, so he just wanted to put his touch on it. But again, at least he's the know that he's going to come for it, so that's fine. Now it comes down to that game management, doesn't it? Seeing out the game as such. I know there's still quite a bit left of this second half, but it's about game management now.
Oh, here comes João Gomez over the halfway line, spotting the movement of Larson right inside of the box, back to goal, pulling it backwards to Semedo, infield to Andre, and wide to the right side to Doherty. Feels like there's more goals for the taking for Wolves here.
I just think that quality that they've got in front of goal, I think that if they put that pressure a little bit more on Southampton, I think they will get more. Just got to be careful that they don't leave themselves open at the back, though. Again, 2-0's a nice score to have.
Neri dispossessing Dibbling on the edge of the centre circle. Andre onto Bellegarde. Bellegarde, left-hand side of the penalty area, stands his cross up. Oh, Manetzi was just nudged out of it by Manning.
I think that's the wrong choice for me. I thought he should have gone hard and low across the goal there. He's tried to dink it up for Manetzi. And then he's just overhit the cross a little bit, hasn't he? Thought hard and low. Well, he could have even gone a bit closer, to be fair to him.
Ball is with Howard Bellis, just over the halfway line for Southampton. Infield to Aribo. Backwards to Bella Kotchap. Now Aribo again, just on the left of the centre circle. Out to Manning. Howard Bellis' pass forwards. Onuachu is offside.
Good line. We're sitting right where that back line was, the Wolves, and it was a good line, good held line. Larson's gone down.
He's just sat down.
And he's called for the physio. Larson told the referee he wants physio. I don't know what he's done.
So he will need a little bit of attention.
Let's hope that it's not that hamstring, because it is a cold day.
Helen is loving this in Luton. Hope Strand Larson can get his third. Come on, me babbies. Speaking of what we were talking about in the first half of players who shook off their Albion connections to become firm Wolves favourites, John has pointed one out, and I can't believe I didn't think of it, to be honest with you.
That's unlike you, mate, that is. That's unlike you.
You know, I'm sorry, I apologise. You know, we've had a long list of them, and I can't believe this player wasn't on there. And everyone will be screaming at their computers and their phones and all sorts. Josh Nyakudya from the academy. What a young talent he is. Shaking off those Albion leanings. I think that's it now.
There's a couple more, I think.
Chris says my lad Kean predicted Wolves 1-0 at half time. He's a prophet. Come on, lads, we can do this. We believe. Larson waiting on the sidelines to come back on. Temporarily with 10. As the Seagulls have started circling around St Mary's. Manetzi down the right side, trying to reverse it in field. Intercepted by Harwood Bellis. Sulemana running it clear. Andre tracking him.
Yeah, Manetzi there. We've got Larson off the pitch. He should have kept that. Manetzi, that's where you got that little bit more experience on there, keeping the ball. Never really on. You got your centre forward who's standing on the side of the pitch at the time. That's where you keep possession.
There's a Rebo in the centre circle. Ball over the top, looking for Sugawara's run. Nuri holding him up over the edge of the penalty area to Dibbling. Put in by Bellegarde and cleared away by Totti. Key stage of the game, this.
It is. This is where they've got to, Southampton are trying to put a little bit more pressure on that back line of Wolves. And this is where they've got to stay strong. This is where they've got to make sure they work them. Don't give them an opportunity. Stay with runners, track runners.
There's Harwood Bellis. Trying to play it out to the left-hand side to Manning. Sulemana challenged by Doherty. And then Doherty taken out by Manning. That's a free kick.
Well played, Doherty. Well played. The referee did well there about the decision there when Doherty's just come through to pinch the ball. It's good play. He's caught him in this. I think it's knocked Doherty a little bit there.
Yeah, Manetzi very close to getting onto the end of a flick by Larson on halfway. João Gomez wins it back. Semedo over the halfway line. Larson to Andre. Sliding challenge came in from Ugochukwu. Totti took it round the big frame of Onuachu and Doherty wide for Semedo. Put in by Aribo. Doherty didn't quite get there. Onuachu helping it on to Dibbling. Sugawara racing it with him. Sugawara to strike it, tipped over by Sarr. Helped it on its way.
Yeah, that's come from us being a little bit careless in the passing here. Losing possession of it. Again, down that right-hand side. For Southampton, overloading that right wing position. And the strike just played into our hands, or played into Sarr's hands, I would say. He was just able to get a hand to it, but that's where we can't be careless. That's where we can't be giving the ball away a little bit too cheaply.
Corner left-footed from the right-hand side. Nearly an hour played. Deep one towards the far post, heading goalwards and tipped wide by Jose Sarr. Onuachu, his big tall frame, always going to be a threat from set pieces, and he got a good connection on it.
Well, they've clearly been watching us defend corners, and it's that back post again, isn't it? That people seem to get free and get headers, which has caused us problems all year.
Manning left-footed from the left-hand side, headed away by Doherty. Bellegarde's going to beat Walker-Peters to it, and now he's going to try and drive over the halfway line to the midway point of the Southampton half, up towards the penalty area, left-hand side of it. Bellegarde, oh, he's overhit the cross.
We've got 6 players in their penalty area, and he's kicked the ball behind the play. That's great play initially from him, but naive on the ball. He's got to be better than that. He's did brilliant to run the basically 3/4 of the length of the pitch. But we've got 6 players who are bursting themselves to get in there. He's got to pick one of them. We've got 6. We had 3 against 2 at one stage. Oh, I think that's an opportunity missed for me.
Vitor Pereira was raging down
I'm not
there.
surprised.
João Gomez running forwards. Larson to Ait-Nouri. Now for Bellegarde on the left-hand side again. Back to Ait-Nouri midway inside the half. Infield to Andre. Agbadou for Totti. A little further backwards into his own half to Agbadou, who will switch it to Semedo in the sunshine on the near side to where we are. In front of Vitor Pereira, who is down on his heels. Crouched down in his technical area. Agbadou got himself in a bit of trouble. He's lost it. Sulemana up towards the edge of the box. Agbadou recovers and Totti slides in ahead of Onuachu to clear. Now Aribo. Dibbling up to the edge of the box, into the area. Dibbling's shot deflected by Andre. Behind for a corner. He celebrates on his knees, the Brazilian. It's a big pivotal moment.
That's what I don't like about the way we play across the back. We play and take an extra 1 or 2 passes that we don't need to do. You can't be playing that, because Southampton, what they do is they push onto that back line. So any errors which happen there with Agbadou there and the straight on it, that's a big let off for us. I think it was Andre who just got the block on it, but causing our own problems. That's been lazy a little bit with the play. Got to keep sharp.
Corner left-footed from the right-hand side. In swinger again, headed over the top by Dibbling. 8 yards out, pretty centre.
Well, we
It's
talk
a let
about
off.
Yeah, it is. Again, we talk about zonal marking. We've got how many bodies in there, and he gets a free header. There's 4 players who run past the ball. Anybody else, any other team possibly scores either one of those chances what they've just had. And that's what we've got to try and get rid of. We've got to be looking forward and get rid of this playing across the back, because thinking that it's safe and it's easy, because it gets ourselves in so much trouble when we keep playing it across the back and there's no tempo in the play. That's the problem what you've got.
Minetti putting some pressure on. Harwood Bellis sending it back to his goalkeeper. By the way, one to keep an eye on. Jürgen Strand-Larsen has only ever scored 1 hat-trick in his career. Came very early on in it when he was back playing in Norway for Sarpsborg. Sulemana down the Southampton left, pulled back to Manning. Chukwu further back to Balakocha. And now Walker Peters out to Sugawara on the right-hand side. 64 minutes played. Out to Manning. Sets himself, delivers it in over the top of Onuachu, who just kind of let it go over the top of him, and Ait Nuri under pressure from Dibbling out by the left-hand corner flag, infield to Totti, trying to hold off Ugachukwu, who takes possession from him, infield to Aribo, on for Walker Peters, but good recovery from Ait Nuri, and Agbadu clears it upfield to Larson, who's dispossessed by Bella Kocha, wide to Sugawara. Southampton just beginning to feel like they've got a chance to get back into it.
Yeah, well, we're doing our best to give them opportunities as well. I think we just give it away so cheaply, and that's where we've got to take care of it. Sometimes play the ball up to Larson. We've got caught a couple of times already in the second half, trying to play too much at the back.
Ugachukwu out to Harwood Bellis, wide for Sulemana. Passes behind Harwood Bellis, and Chao Gomez clearing up to Larson, trying to hold off Bella Kotchap. Had a big grip of his shirt. Doherty infield to Andre. Chao Gomez to Larson, flick to Semedo. All the flicks and tricks are coming out now. Andre for Doherty. Across the edge of his box to Agbadu. We're going to see a Wolves change. Sarabia. It's Man City 2, Brighton 2. Forest still lead 3-0. Still goalless Everton, West Ham. Southampton might be thinking about Cameron Archer as well at some point. Double change, actually. Guedes coming on as well. Maybe Vitor Pereira, Tomo, feels that Wolves need an option in behind now. Southampton are going to push further up. Time to expose them at the back.
Yeah, so they are.
Onuachu stabbing it forwards. Doherty dealing with it in the penalty area.
Yeah, good decision from him. Just get rid of it. If you're not sure. Well, I think this is a big, was it 66 minutes gone, nearly 67. This is going to be an important little 10-minute spell, I think, for these. Can they keep them out?
Walker Peters looking to run at Totti, 10 yards from the left-hand corner flag. Ball comes back to Dibbling. Gets away from Ait Nuri, but not from Totti. And Ait Nuri passing it up to Larson. He's got Bella Kotchap at his back.
He's got to keep it.
Flick it through his legs and lost possession.
Yeah, he's got to keep it there, Larson. He's got to try and help us a little bit there. So look, he's done well up there already in this game, but just needs to give us a little bit of leeway by getting hold of that ball.
Sulemana infield for Manning. Gets it back from Aribo, but Semedo read it, got a foot in. Bellegarde back to Totti and all the way back to Sarr. Oh, don't play around with it there, Jose.
No.
And Totti's turned away from Dibbling in his own penalty area. Goodness me, the confidence of this Wolves team. And then Larson's going to be penalised for dragging Bella Kotchap down.
Well, I'm going to stick up for Larson here. That's got to be a better ball up to him to start with. He was never favourite for that one. And it's probably a good fell, giving it that one.
So it's Bellegarde being replaced by Sarabia. Guedes will come on for Manetzi.
Yeah, I think Manetzi struggled to get into the game in this already, hasn't he, this afternoon? He hasn't really had a big part in it as well. Thought Sarabia did well when he come on against Everton. I thought that he started to get us playing, keeping possession. We know what kind of skills he's got and what quality he's got on the ball. And I thought that he had a good second half for me. Oh, there you go. There's the striker what they wanted.
So they'll go two up top now. Southampton.
That just gives you that opportunities then. They're taking one of their wing backs off. Could probably go to a 4. Oh, no, he's still staying with the 5, I think he said. Their manager, I'm just looking at him.
Yeah, they're sending Dibbling back to play wing back.
Yeah.
Looks a bit deflated by that choice.
Say, I'm sure he's happy about that, being a more attacking player.
So just over 20 minutes to go. Wolves with a 2-goal lead. Can they extend it and make this a very nice, comfortable final period? Andre trying to flick it forwards. Guedes is fouled, 10 yards short of the halfway line.
He could stay on his feet. I know he's getting fouled because Ait Nuri had run past him. And if he just could play the ball forward, which he couldn't do because of the holding, Ait Nuri was in.
Here comes Guedes down the left-hand side into the penalty area up against Walker-Peters. And he's a bit unfortunate that his cross deflected back off the Saints defender and hit him and looped up to Ramsdale. Totti has stepped in and won it in the Saints half. On to Guedes again. Looking on again for Totti, left-hand side of the area. The pullback. João Gomez has time. Oh, João Gomez just misses the near post.
He's got to score. I know he's tried to do the eyes on the keeper. He's got to score there. He's got to at least hit the target. I think that's a great opportunity for me. Great pullback from Totti. He's got to hit the target. He's got to score. That's a chance to put you 3-0 up there.
If it had gone the other side, Sarabia was waiting there as well.
Yeah, I think that it's a great pullback from Totti.
He kind of almost didn't need to shoot, did he? Could have just flicked it on to Sarabia.
He could have.
And Sarabia would have had the whole of the game, the whole of the goal just to smash it in.
I think more goals are in this game for us here. If that quality's right on it and the urgency playing.
Doty's ball forwards, deflected into the air. Sulemana kept it in. Rebo nodding it forwards to Onuachu. Gone out of play. It'll be a Wolves throw. 19 minutes to go.
Yeah, I think Sarabia gives us that quality, doesn't he? But that's where Gomez is a bit better than that. And he could have scored again. He scored down here before. It would have been nice just to have that third goal.
Andre to Larson, flicked infield to Sarabia, looking for the reverse ball for Guedes, just read by Walker-Peters.
It was read by him, but I don't know if it just took a slight deflection, which took a lot of the pace out the ball as well. But it was a great little reverse ball.
But that's the difference now, having Guedes on the field, isn't it?
Yeah, well, he's got that pace up front, hasn't he? But also as well, Sarabia on here, he can pick that pass out. Now you've got an option now, Guedes, and you've got Larson up there. And he'll run a lot more, Guedes. I've enjoyed watching him this season. I think that he's done pretty well, Guedes. I know he probably hasn't scored the goals that we want him to do in abundance, but
yeah, I mean, given where he was in his first spell,
I think that he's done well up there for me. I think that he's looked better.
I think all we could ask of him this time was that he gave it his all, and I think you can criticise at times some of the quality, some of the decision making, but I don't think you can criticise his commitment to it this time round.
And that's what I like about him, that
he's a Rebo. Dibbling won't get there. Agbadu smashes it out of play for a throw midway inside his own half.
Yeah, I just think that he's positive when he comes on, doesn't he? He wants to run forward. He's a willing runner going, and that's what I think that we've been calling out for in this game, that somebody who's actually going to run beyond or past Larson, and I think that he will.
Harwood Bellis, midway inside the Wolves half, back to Bella Kotchap. Out to right side to Dibbling. Up against Ait Nuri. Both players with their socks down towards their ankles. Walker-Peters running the ball in field. Will come to Sulemana, just outside the penalty area. Pulled back to Walker-Peters. Might fancy having a go. Runs towards the edge of the box. Ait Nuri with the foot in. Now Wolves can hit on the counter. Guedes running. He's got Ait Nuri running up to his left-hand side. Guedes still carrying it up to the edge of the box. Guedes flicking it on. It's going to come through to Sarabia. Checks back onto his left foot. Ramsdale got a hand to it, and the offside flag goes up.
Oh. We're trying to walk it in the net. I think Guedes was wrong option for me. Ait Nuri's just run the length of the pitch as an overloading down that left-hand side, and he's just ignored him. I thought that was the option for him. It's all opened up for him. Nuri's.
It was 4-on-2.
Yeah.
And how have they not managed to at least craft an effort on goal from that? Here's Dibbling at the other end, trying to strike it low, back off the post and turned in by Onuachu. And Southampton have a lifeline. And there is the fine margins of football. Wolves with a 4-on-2 counter-attack. Could have got a third and put the game to bed. And moments later, Southampton follow up and get themselves back into the game. Southampton 1, Wolves 2, and this ain't over.
No, it's not. And I said that. You've got to punish teams when you get the chance. We've had 2 good opportunities to score another goal. And then they've gone up the other end and got themselves back into the game. And that's come because we've wrong decisions that we've come. The ball for me from Guedes. And again, I like it that he's running forward and he's driving forward. But that decision making is going to make the difference about what you're doing. Aitner is the choice for me all the time. He's got to use him. The manager wasn't happy at all. And
it's the difference between the belief the home fans now have and the fact that they probably would have been heading for the exits a minute earlier.
Well, it was always going to be, you don't let them score, because this place was silent. The first half was, and it was in this second half. And you've just give a team opportunity now to get back into the game.
Wolves are going to get a throw, a couple of yards from the left-hand corner flag. Aitnuri challenged by Dibbling. We have less than a quarter of an hour to go.
Well, it's always been rumoured, isn't it, that a 2-goal lead is always dangerous. That you take your foot off the pedal a little bit thinking you've done it.
Yeah, that position of superiority has gone.
Yeah. And now you've give a little bit of a buzz for Southampton now as well.
Aitnuri gets a cross in. No one really there. Manning to Sulemana. Semedo in with a challenge to concede the throw.
This game should have been over. This game should have been over with the chances that we've had. And now the nerves will set in. You've got, 14 minutes left? And it's allowed Southampton to come back into the game now.
Again, a foot in by João Gomez on Onuachu. Southampton throw on the halfway line.
Yeah,
fans have woken up.
Is that the first time they've sang that? It took us 77 minutes to sing that because they've got that goal back in it. That's where we've got to be better. We've got to be better and do better. I says to you that we'll always concede, and I was right again when I say about we're going to concede because we just make mistakes and sloppy ones at that. It should never have been this nervous. Was it 13 minutes? The game should have been over.
Manning being forced back in field by Sarabia. Now Aribo to Bella Kotchap on the centre spot. Lifted forwards, trying to get Walker-Peters in behind. Low cross. Agbaду turns it away. The offside flag's gone up.
He did look offside, didn't he? He did look offside, but again, Aitnuri's gone down again.
He needs a little bit of attention. And are they going to call Rodrigo Gomez back? Or Santi? Looks like they're calling Santi.
Or Forbes' new position?
No.
Yeah, it's Santi they've called back, isn't it?
So I imagine that would be Semedo to left wing back and Doherty to the right. And Santi in to try and shore it up. .5 minutes. Plus time to be added on. Southampton 1, Wolves 2. Larson with a flick here to Sarabia. Miscontrolled. Andre goes in. Aitnuri turning. Trying to run at Dibbling. He's going to get there and keep it in by the corner flag, Aitnuri. He's done well to skip away from his man. And they're saying the ball has gone out of play. And now he's gone down again, Aitnuri. Bella Kotchap is helpfully stretching him out. Looks like it's just cramped. West Ham lead, by the way, at Everton. Thomas Soucek got the goal. Still 3-0 for Forest at Ipswich. Though unfortunately for me, none of them were Chris Wood, and I put him in my fancy team today.
Sorry, mate. Sorry to
I hope he got some assists.
Well, Aiden Nuri's got to go off now. And the referee's telling him that. The physios, the medical team come on for him.
Well, he's going off behind the goal, and Santi will come on for him.
Yeah, and Semedo's gone to left back. Doughty's come out here, and Santi's gone into the middle. Aguadu and Totti at the back.
Onuachu to Bella Kotchap. Out to the right side to Dibbling. We'll go in field to Walker Peters. Now looking for Onuachu. Back to Aribo, who's kind of dropped into the defensive line for Southampton now. So they can push Dibbling as high as possible on the right-hand side. Sulemana looking to run at Doherty. Doherty got a foot in. And that's going to be a Wolves ball for a handball by Sulemana.
Yes, he's fell over us, and he's after the free kick, and he's kind of moved the ball with his hand. The referee's telling him to hurry up. So it's his fault that the Southampton player kicked the ball away. Yeah, he's tackled Doherty with his arm.
Big kick forwards from Jose Sarr. Larson trying to get the flick on. Sarabia just beaten to it by Bella Kotchap. Larson wins it back. Sarabia infield to Andre. João Gomez. Larson. A little bit loose from him. Andre gets there though. Takes it away from Sulemana. Doherty down the line for Sarabia. That's out of play for a throw. To Aribo, back to Bella Kotchap. 8 minutes remain at St Mary's. Wolves protecting this 2-1 lead. Dibbling down the right-hand side. Walker Peters continues his run. Just over 10 yards from the corner flag. Back to Dibbling midway inside the half. 5 in from the right-hand touchline. Bella Kotchap finding Aribo on the edge of the centre circle. To Harwood Bellis on the Saints' left. Further wide to Ryan Manning. Aribo into the centre circle to Bella Kotchap. Now for Dibbling. Andre gets a toe to it. Larson fouled by Ogachukwu. I think he looked up, realised there wasn't really anyone ahead of him. He decided to draw the free kick.
Well, they're making the double change as well. So, two players coming on.
Flynn Downs is one, and Albert Grombach is another. Sulemana, one of those who's gone off. Ogachukwu, I think, was the other man. Yes, he was.
Just got to try and silence the crowd again, haven't we? And just nullify Southampton at the minute. The manager won't be happy and about what's gone on, about how they've got themselves back into this game when we should be 3 or 4 up and clear away with it. And that just shows you, doesn't it, the fine margins between winning games and making it difficult for players.
Gone back and challenged. Onuachu taking it on. Out to Manning on the left-hand side, edge of the box, clattered into by João Gomez. And Onuachu challenged by Agbadu, and the ball comes through to Jose Sarr. Sarr is saying, do you want to stop it to get Manning some treatment? And Robert James says no.
Again, winning no duels, didn't they? So like rode 2 or 3 tackles there.
Five and a half minutes plus time to be added on. Can Wolves find another goal to put this one to bed? Ramsdale passing out short to Aribo, left-hand side of his half, to Manning, being trapped by Doherty, turns him, as it falls to Aribo, through the centre circle onto Walker-Peters. Saints have players pouring forwards, out to Dibbling on the right-hand side. Dibbling into the penalty area, skips past Semedo, but not past Totti.
No, good play. Too easy by Semedo. Well played, Totti. Good defending.
Playing back to Aribo. Now Dibbling again. Left foot on that right side, pulled back to Walker-Peters. Digs his cross in towards Onuachu, who's shoved over by Santi. Then there's a hand in there, surely. A hand in there by Flynn Downs. Wolves free kick, and Wolves have got 2 players gone down now. Nelson Semedo is one who's been stretched out by Totti, and Larsson's the other. And I think we're going to see another change coming relatively shortly. Wolves only have one more sub opportunity. It's going to be Tommy Doyle. So I imagine that might be for Larsson. Sarabi and Guedes go as a 2. And they just bring on a bit of extra protection into midfield.
Yeah. Yeah. The Southampton are definitely pushing forward and going for it. Have they called Hichan back as well? Oh no, Rodrigo Gomez have called back as well, so that'll be
that
the
might
other
be
change.
for Semedo, you know.
Yeah.
I think he's struggling.
Was that cramp as well, did you say?
Yeah. Sarr's long ball forwards, headed away by Harwood Bellis. Dibbling bringing it down. Especially the way Dibbling's playing, you don't need somebody who's struggling to move.
No. He's a good player, isn't he?
3 minutes of the 90 remain. Aribo to the left-hand side to Manning, still inside the Southampton half. Back to Harwood Bellis, now Bella Kotchap. And for Downs to bring it forwards. Dibbling on that right side, being held up by Guedes. Infield to Downs, now Aribo in the centre circle.
I think they're making 3 changes, Wolves.
I don't think they can't.
I was just saying they had 2. They've got
Well,
3. They've got 3 players.
Guedes, Sarabia and Santi have all come on.
Yeah, so I don't know what they're doing then. They've got 3 players with the tops off though.
Here comes Dibbling. Foot in by Andre. Good work from him. Sends Dibbling back out wide. Through the legs of Guedes. Naughty nutmeg. And a left-footed cross. Jose Sarr comes and claims it. Yeah, Rodrigo putting a top back on. Put a bib on at least.
Yeah.
But again, Nasa Jigo is
that's
stripped and ready. I don't know what Wolves are doing here. It's been pumped out of play by Jose Sarr. I don't think Rodrigo's coming on anymore. I think it's Giga.
Yeah, he looks like it. So they had 3 of them stripped to come on. Yeah, Semedo's gone off. And they've got another player, then is it Larsson again?
Yeah, he's struggling. I think he will be off for Doyle. He's going to be Strand Larsson off for Doyle.
Yeah, well, there's going to be quite a bit of time, isn't that? Yeah, he's coming off. Had a good afternoon, though. 2 good goals.
So a late change of heart. So I think Totti's going to go to left wing back, maybe. Giga into centre half.
Looks like it. Doyle's gone into that midfield. Totti's gone to left side, hasn't he now?
So here we go. A massive last few minutes on the South Coast.
Well, this could be instrumental to the season so far, shouldn't it? If they can hang on for this win.
Bella Kotchap to Walker Peters. Balls to Cameron Archer. Dibbling takes over. Back into his own half to Bella Kotchap. Across to Harwood Bellis, middle of the half. Last 10 seconds of the 90. Fourth official preparing the board.
I think there'll be a bit of time, won't they? I would think.
Here he comes. 6 minutes.
Yeah.
João Gomez wins it. Andre looking for Guedes, who was behind him. Harwood Bellis missed it, and then Sarabia trying to do a back heel. He went out of play anyway.
Well, little things like that, that's going to cost you. There was no pressure on them, and they give the ball away so cheaply on it. Just keep it. It's frustrating watching it.
Downs for Dibbling. Midway inside the Wolves half. 10 in from the right hand touchline. Back to Downs. Into the centre circle. For Bella Kotchap. To his left-hand side to Harwood Bellis. Midway inside the Wolves half on the 10 in from the left this time. It's it back from Ariba. Wide for Manning. Being shown infield by Sarabia. Harwood Bellis to Bella Kotchap just out of the centre circle. Now looking for Walker Peters. Spins back infield away from Doyle. Ball's going to come through and Agbadou lets it go through to Jose Sarr.
Brilliant. Brilliant keeping from him.
He gets a free kick after Walker Peters called his bluff really in trying to delay how long he could wait before picking the ball up, Jose Sarr, and he just caught his fingers.
Yeah, he did give his fingers a little kick, didn't he? Making him picking it up.
Last change for the home side. Jack Stevens coming on for Rebo. It's Ipswich 1, Nottingham Forest 4.
Yeah, well, the Southampton fans are happy again, are they? Singing, don't know what you're doing again to the manager of Southampton.
Howard Bellis sent it back into the Wolves half. Giga just hooks it over the halfway line. Flick on by Doyle. And maybe Bella Kotchap just about held off Guedes. Sarabia went to help him, but they couldn't win the ball. Run back, it's been stolen from him by João Gomez, who turns and looks to run forwards. Up to the left-hand side of the box, clipping across in, just too deep for Sarabia. He went, put a foot in to try and get the ball and fouled Manning. We have 3.5 minutes left to play. Still Southampton 1, Wolves 2.
Well, where's he taking this from? He's about 10, 15 yards further back. Well, the linesman's telling him it's got to go back. Oh, watch the officials. He's moaning to the officials.
He's still taking it from the edge of the penalty area when it was about at least 5, if not 10 yards further wide than that. It's eaten up 30 seconds nonetheless. Big kick forwards, one in the air by Doherty. Manning controls on halfway, just hoofs it forwards. Totti will head it away. Andre can bring it down on the chest and looks to set Guedes away. Clever ball. Doyle's racing up in support. Sarabia and João Gomez there as well. It's on to Doyle, left-hand side of the box, and just out-muscled out of it by Downs behind for a goal kick.
Yeah, he never looked like he was ever going to get there, does he, Doyle? He's done a great run and bombing forward to help Guedes, but he just looked like he was just a fraction off it to get up there.
Kick forwards by the goalkeeper. Doherty heads it back to halfway. Sarabia brings it down. Turns and finds Doherty. Down the line for Sarabia. This is where Wolves need to be. Flicked infield towards João Gomez. Dispossessed by Downs. Space to bring it up over the halfway line. Still Flynn Downs carrying it deep into the Wolves half. Wide for Grombach. Turns and right-footed cross, headed away by Agbadou. Guedes collects it outside the penalty area. Finds Sarabia. Looking for Totti. Totti running it over the halfway line, dibbling with him for company. Totti's reached the midway point of the Southampton half and he wins the throw.
Well played. Well played. Well played, Totti.
90 seconds remain.
Yeah, keep it down in that corner now.
Wolves are on the verge of a potentially season-defining victory that could take them 9 points clear of the bottom three.
Yeah, this would be a massive, massive victory.
Guedes by the corner flag.
Well played.
He's won a corner.
Yeah,
Off
just keep it in there.
Bella
Just keep it in there.
60 seconds to go. Wolves in no rush. No one's going forwards.
No.
Totti will have to go and help Doyle by providing an option to take it short. There isn't a single Wolves player in the penalty area for this corner.
And rightfully so.
It's just touched for Totti, who will try and hold it by the corner flag. Dibbling gets it from him. He's dragged back by the shirt. Free kick. 30 seconds remain. Ramsdale wants to launch it downfield. Wolves don't have too much longer to survive. Giga challenged with Onuachu. João Gomez plays it forwards. Guedes for Sarabia. Sarabia on looking for the run of Guedes. Right inside of the box. Pull back across. It's just behind Sarabia and Bella Kotchap got it away. Manning will chase it. He's got away from João Gomez and he looks to launch it in behind. João Gomez is coming out of his penalty area, takes it back into it, will pick up the ball, and we are into added time of added time.
Brilliant. Well done, Sar. Well done. No rush. No rush at all now.
Southampton fans are heading towards the exit. It's all over on the South Coast. A huge victory for Vitor Pereira, who hugs his staff, and captain Nelson Semedo on the sidelines. 2 goals from Jorgen Strand Larsen. He's first in the calendar.